It's Rhoda. Welcome to my craft room. Hello, hello. It's been so long since I've filmed. I've been gone for 10 days and I took a few days off to recoup from the trip. As you know, I went to cemetery hunting in West Virginia. I had a good time. We found a whole lot of stuff and we hit the ground running and we never quit. It was just like that. Okay, we're going to do the sneaky peek, and we're doing the flip through of the farm journal. Yay! Okay, this side has a little trim up on the top, and it has a little cutout of some trees. That is tree line from Tim Holtz. I can't remember the number, but this here is like a wider rendition of my zipper pocket, and I will try to link that in my at the end of my video after all is said and done, so you can maybe go over and see how to do it. It's very easy. It's very simple. It might look hard, but it's not. And then I use some of the ephemera to decorate, and what it is the higher pockets go down deeper, and they go shallower as you go down. Like that one goes to that height, this one goes to this height, and then you got a really tall one way back here. See, it goes all the way down like that. So this is the way you can use several different tags and such in your work. The beautiful little girl, I just love her. She looks so nostalgic to me. She was the favorite in this whole kit. What else do I have? I'm trying to see if I have... Well, we're just going to finish this book. How about that? Since I've been gone so long. There's the other part of my doily that I had from early on. There is a die cut of a snowflake. I have love definition here. And plenty of journaling. Of course, you know I love doors. So I made a little hinge with some washi tape and a little bit more of that music paper. And this page is out of her digital kit. And as you can see, I kind of went and ripped the pages. And this is the door I love so much. I had to do it again. I have a tag from her kit. And I backed it with her freebie of the lace digital. And it has vintage on here. And I made a side tuck because this wasn't wide enough. So I made a side tuck. And I put a little ticket, another die cut, a couple more die cuts. And back here is the last of it. This is the biggest door. This is the Mente door kit. The Mente door book. They have a window book, a door book. They have umpteen books. I mean, there's a junk book. I love that one. This was from where I had it at the shop. I have something about the journal and about me and how they can contact me, that kind of stuff. Yes, if you'd like to contact me, there you go. But this is from one of my little paper pads that I just love. It's got all these different colors in it, and it's wide. And it'll go into pockets this way or that way. And I made that a belly band. It says, "This is my happy place." Okay, well, I'm done with that book. I can give that back to Mom. She bought that at the shop. And here's my bookmark. Let me get rid of that. Okay, and at the end, I'm going to share a little happy mail I got. I got two happy mails, and I've got another project I'm going to show you. I was bad. I already got it done, partly, but we're going to decorate in it over time. Okay, thank you for coming to visit. This is the Farmer's Almanac journal. As you see, I did the front here. All I did was I took this peanut sack and I had like a lasagna box, like Stouffer's lasagna, and I cut it to size and I stuck it in there. I did score where I wanted it to bend a little bit, but as you can see, it's kind of like a gator mouth. It'll move where you want it to. And I did a little stitching here to stitch it shut. Of course, my sewing machine is still out of whack. I did two signatures, as you can see, and there's the peanut. And then I did a tie. I thought, why not do a tie, just like you'd tie the sack shut? And so I've got a big grommet here, and then I did an eyelet back here on this piece. And all it is I tied a knot. It's not in a, it's just one tie. So you can take it off if you want it. And then you can tie a bow with what's left. I did the edges with a little bit of thread just so they wouldn't unravel. I like that look. Okay, here we go. This is A Simple Life by Melina Palant, I think is how you say her name. And I love the kit. It went perfectly with what I wanted to do here. Here is let me see if I'm in a frame correctly. And here is a side tuck that I made with some paper from Gardenia. Oh, I think it's called Gardenia. I've showed you over time with all the different things. And I'll have a playlist of this also at the end for you to see all the other pieces and parts that I put in here. Here is a picture of my great-grandmother, Mary Florence Pooley Thomas Hest. She married 2 different men. But these are her plow horses. I can't remember if they had names or not, but she was all dressed up like a guy with her hair. It's probably in the 20s. And I thought that would go perfectly as a big old journal card out here. Of course, I love these windmills. So we've got that from the kit. Here is one of the Easy Peasy pockets. And I did this on one of those Rolodex cards. And we have a napkin that's on here. And I stamped October and Country Road. And that can also be written on the back. You can also tuck things under this part as well. Over here, on my way home from West Virginia, I saw this sign. I said, oh, I got to take a picture of it. So it's tucked here up in the front with a little spade. And that's in the tiny pocket. And then at the pocket at the back is this. It's also got a big pocket. This is that one I did on Easy Peasy Pockets, but it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't. So I have paper inside here, just some of my dyed paper. And it's up inside this big mouth of the bag. It's a bag, and I made it into a pocket. All right, and then we have this. I forget what you call this paper. It's like you feed it through the old computers. We used to have it in the UPC office because it'd have those little sprockets over here. It would wheel it through to print on. Okay. One of the places we go to eat over there in West Virginia, it has these old signs. I love them. So I took a picture of a few of them. This one's Be Healthy, Drink Pure Fresh Milk. And this is cloth here. It was the cow jumping over the moon. And then I found the word cow on something else I had back here. These are pieces from a calendar that I had that came with the Farmer's Almanac book my mother ordered for me. So I took these pieces and it tells you about it. And this is part of the almanac part of it. It was kind of hard for me to figure out how to get the almanac in here because it wasn't a very good book to get anything out of. I think I got 5 pages out of the whole almanac book. I got more out of the calendar. So anyhow, this is from a little notepad or something I had, but it has flowers and gardening kind of things. It also has these phrases. I put a little washi tape here that has the bees because the little bee is there. Here's a notebook page. I've got some, what do you call those? I then went blank. Quotes. I guess it's a quote. And this is part of the kit with a pretty chair. Another quote over here. These 2 pieces are from the ephemera pack. This is from my Gardenia book. And this is Berry Bliss. And they talk about the type of plant this is and when to plant it and all. And I thought it really went well. Now here's my Away in a Manger. I could not get over putting that in here. And I did a bunch of spouncing and dribbling and stuff to get all this kind of effect on there. And on that side, I had to cover the name of the other song that was here because it had nothing to do with any of this. So this fresh eggs came from 10 cents a dozen. Came from over there at that place we eat at. I had a piece of wood I stuck here for a side tuck. And these came from Hobby Lobby. They've got all these pictures and stuff down there. Now, if you need prints and focal pieces, and that's like a journal card, just go to Hobby Lobby and walk around, take pictures. That's all I did, and then I sent it to my computer where I could print it off. I like that chicken. He's crazy. And over here, this is also from the place we eat at. Farm fresh eggs, 25¢. Now this had, in the calendar, there was things on each side. I've done dismantled it and killed it. There's nothing left of it. But I've got February here, and it's the full snow moon. And it's talking about that. And here is just something out of a paper pad that I had that I thought you could write on. Plus it has gardening items with seeds. This is one of my barn door belly bands. Another piece from the place we eat at, Memory Lane Dairy. Do you remember the milkman? And this is also like a journal card here that came from another digital kit that I've got. Like, you can stick them in any which way you want to. See, that's the joy of this thing. You could have them any which way. And, yeah, there we go. And here is a diploma that has all the different animals on it. And I thought that was really cute. This was from another digital kit that I've got. I can't remember which one. And this one, of course, is also from the place we eat at. I mean, there's so many cool signs there. Honest, reliable, trusted, dedicated, livestock exchange. And here we go. This is, I have to look and see what that was. I think I mentioned it in one of my previous videos. But I made a little, it's like a pocket. And it has March, and this is the new moon. Ramadan begins at sundown, and it's daylight savings time. That has all kinds of stuff happening. Now, this was a stamp-off sheet that I had. I did some glue stick gluing on it because there's some rough patches. And then I did stamping, and it was stamping a crackle stamp. And I thought it looked like really dry earth. And I did some inking around it just to darken it, to make it look like it was more brown. And I thought it was kind of a cool look. This little piece is from one of my Stamperia pads. I haven't really gotten into that one yet, but I really like that. It's like an up tuck. I have this little guy in there, and he just kind of goes in that way. This is about daffodils, a sign of spring. And I put this little guy on here from Pink Monarch Prints. All of these that's like that came from her. I have different sizes. And I've got Blossom over here and the full worm moon. And I try to put like the month also in here, because that's my rendition of the Almanac. Over here is a belly band. And I got to thank Jody Martin for sending me these. They're like burlap on a piece of paper. And you can glue it down to everything. And I just love it. They've worked out so well. I've got some ephemera in here. And a cow that I got out of one of the magazines or something. Who knows. This is also from the calendar. That's the Planning by the Moon's Phases. It kind of goes with, you know, me having the moon stuff in here. And see, there's the calendar. But you can write on it. You can write all kinds of stuff on it. So that tucks back into that belly band. And then we got the farmer. Here's Farmer John. And he's on his spade. He came from one of the, I think it's this Flower Market Blue by the Journal Boat. Or the Journal Boater. I'm not sure what she goes by now. But I also wrote in here about there's a total solar eclipse April 8th of this year. I think there was one just last year, the year before. But they only happen every hundreds of years. So you might want to write that down. April 8th. And that is also the new moon. And it tells you about, it says a raised bed allows for a longer growing season in frost-hardened regions because you can work the soil earlier in the spring. I like that because it's giving you tips and tricks and things. Here's another piece from that Flower Market Blue book. And I really love this. And it says talks about the barn swallow. And this is one of those stamps from the Dollar Tree. And I put that in there because I thought it fit really well. And of course, there's the bucket. I love this bucket. It's so pretty. And this little garden shot came from the Simple Life digital. This is some of Kyung Shotwell's. She's my design team mama, although I haven't been doing too much designing for her lately. Shame on me. Bad, bad. But she's Wonders by Wink on Etsy. And she was making her own paper there for a while. She did different colors. And at one time she had it in her shop. I don't know if she still does. Now here's some more of the pink monarch. There's some snippers. And here's a washi tape. It's just on a piece of, I don't know, it's not even cardstock. Sort of in between. But it was just washi. And I had an extra piece I stuck over here, so I hid it with this little ribbon. And it sort of goes with the colors here, so I really like that. And this was from the Stamperia pad that I haven't broken into. Tommy, Paper Crafting with my Tommy, she gave me some stickers, and this little froggy was one of them. Over here, I've got, this is April, because April's right here. So this is April, the pink full moon, full pink moon happens then. Here's the back side. This beautiful horse. There was all kinds of animals in this Simple Life kit, and I've always loved horses. And here we go. This is part of the Flower Market Blue, that plaid. I just love it. I had a napkin with a bigger plaid on it, or what do you call it? A check? I think it's called a check. And I wanted to have a few trucks in here. This here, I had cut this out of something in a little bit here. I'll show you. So I used it there. The seed pack came from Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy, and I put this on the back of it. And then it's got something here about agricultural warehouse. I thought all these blues went so well together. And this is some of my own paper. I put a doily on it, so that's why it's kind of spotty. But I had something that said blue skies, and that was some more of my, I don't know, I was sewing to see if I could get my sewing machine fixed. And I was doing some black thread on some blue, so I just used it. This is some stamps from May Made It. Over here, I've got, this is another picture from Hobby Lobby. Thank you, Hobby. And then this is a tree to see. This is talking about the American beech tree. And then I have the beautiful blue jay in here with it. And this is one of my crazy little side tucks I made. And I've got chicken wire here, as you can see. I have creativity across there. And a little piece from the digital, or the ephemera kit. I'm sorry. I thought that kind of worked. It looks like they're going this way to the barn. This looked like the siding or the roof of some kind of barn. This was a stamp from Dollar Tree. And she's got a background, and it's so light. Stuff was coming through, so I was trying to distract you. Okay, this is the fun part. This is a silo. I mean, the weather vane, but there was no silos in this whole Simple Life kit. That was a loss for me, because I love the silos. So I've got the barn cat here. And I did this on one of the videos that I did for this kit. So, guess who's inside? I couldn't resist it. You know who that is. The Kentucky Fried Colonel Man. But I made it where you could write on it. And then I've got the top dome of this silo. And then I've got the 2 buttons here of Velcro. And then I stamped some wildflowers on the back. And then the barn's over here. I thought it was kind of neat. It hides my tie, and it also ties in to everything here. All right, I had to pause. Sorry. My stray cat came in. He must have came in downstairs where my husband's got the door open. So I had to go out and feed him. But I did, instead of what do you call that? Dandelions. That's it. Instead of the dandelions being here, I went and I had this thing from the Dollar Tree that had gardening things on it and sunflowers. So I made them sunflowers and filled that all in. Here is the flower moon, full flower moon. It happens in May. And then I okay. This is a little part of West Virginia for you. All right. This guy is John Harmon Messer. He would ride around on this bull all the time. That was his way of transportation. He didn't have a mule. He didn't have a horse. He had a cow, or should I say bull. Okay, and on the back, it was one of those old postcards. And this person bought it, and he said, "A Christmas present to Harrison," which is Harrison Salmon's, my grandma's brother, "from Mr. Meade. It's John Harmon and his bull. Mr. Meade bought this for you. Gave 20 cents for it. The bull is 32 months old, and John Harmon is 63 years old." But I thought that would be kind of neat. They could still write on it if they didn't want to try to read that. But I loved all these old-fashioned, you put the stamp there and send it in the mail and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool. This is World Environment Day, and I just had the little scrap circle. You couldn't really write or anything on this black, but I thought it really added to the book. Here is some more stamping with the cows. And here's another little seed packet with that on the back, and that's just plain from Pink Monarch Prints. And I made these triangles, or, pockets in one of my Easy Peasy Pocket videos. Here's a stamp about flowers. And this was from the Simple Life Digital. Real pretty garden wall. And the other half of my Stamperia piece. Whereas we're talking about June now, and it's the full strawberry moon. And what do you call a sad strawberry? A blueberry. I don't know why I didn't cut that part off. Okay, so here we got a little, what do you call that? A glassine pocket. Somebody sent me a glassine pocket. And it's got a gardening chair in it with writing that you can do on the back. Another one of the seed, it was like a whole page of them that I got from Scrapbooking with Me, one of their digitals they sell. And I just put words in behind. I should have took and moved it where I didn't have it pulp to produce flaming toothache. Okay, so here's my favorite bucket. Now I got a wheelbarrow. Another, it's an envelope that's like vellum, I guess. So I put another seed packet on it. This has flower vegetable garden. And I did a stamp under here. That guy again that we saw earlier. And I made this a flip out. I did just a little stamping here. It didn't turn out perfectly, but that's okay. This was a piece of stationery I had, and it was supposed to be an invitation card. It also is a pocket over here, a side tuck, and I haven't stuck anything in it. And I don't know that I am. They can have that as a little surprise. Here is my L-shaped pocket, where you can actually tuck something in, a big something, because it'll go all the way over here. It'll go all the way up. Well, a little bit. I may have messed up a tad. And anything short could go in here as well, like in this spot. This is a beautiful butterfly. He's on lavender cotton. I've seen those out there. I wondered what those were. Okay, so that's lavender cotton. I thought the colors went really well with this strip that came from the Simple, or the farming, Simple Life. We have a tiny bit of a piece in here. It's something about a floral set. And I made this a tuck where it went all the way across. There's the milk bottles again. This is another one of my barn door pockets. And this is the flip out I made. I think I made it one of the first things before I even got the kit or the journal going. You can write in here wherever you want. I've got this, and I keep thinking this looks like a two-headed chicken. What do you think? I only see one pair of legs. But this is from the tags. It came with a simple life. Every time I look at it, I laugh. But here is the napkin that we used. I've got these pockets that I put on here as part of the napkin as well. I've got some stamping here. And let's see what else is. I didn't put anything in this pocket. But it does have a clock here that has a movable guy there. And this here is also removable. This was a full file folder. I think is how I think it's what happened. I used a whole file folder. So this piece also has a tuck in it. And it's got a pretty flower that I wrapped all the way around. And it just goes in this pocket here. But I have a video on that. I've got Farm Fresh here, like a little tab that sticks out. And then here it opens out to see this with another napkin. And we have some stamping that I did over here from one of the Made It stamping kits. This is another napkin with the truck and an old house. And it says, hey there. And then on this side, it is a tuck. It's a tuck here. I didn't put anything in it, right? Nope. And then I have the shovel that goes in the belly band. And I liked how that looked. All right. Continuing on. Here's the big chair again. I think I had to copy that twice. Here's a pocket. And I've got some more of that notepad with the sayings on it. This is another B one. Then we have, this piece was so long, instead of cutting it off, I flipped it over to where I have a tuck. And this is some more of the pink monarch print that I got and had a flower on it. And graph paper, and I thought it was perfect. Now this is July, and you've got the full buck moon. This was just a cutout, a fussy cut from like a sheet of all these flowers. And then she had this flower. And so you can see the inside of the bag, the burlap. And then we've got full sturgeon moon in August. And I just kind of layered stuff. This was a little stamp that I had. It was a flag on a barn. I really like that. Another fussy cut. And then here was one of her houses. And she had a big tractor out in the front and some sacks. This is part of a dictionary, Webster's Dictionary. I kind of liked it because it's kind of rough and tumble, and you still write on it. Here was, I guess that was just out of the calendar, but I have a washi sticker on it that I thought went well with, it's got little birds on it. Here is a piece of that material that I was sewing on to try to practice and get my tension right. But I thought it went well with this whole combination here. And it's not a tuck or anything. It's just kind of a collage, I guess you'd call it. Now here, I took this one stamp and I kept stamping. And I did it in several colors to where it looked like it was a field of wheat. And I really love how that turned out. Of course, here's Jody's burlap that she sent me. I put one of the seed packets on here with Red Dirt Road. And it's got the new moon. And that goes there. I had a little bit of stuff left from one of my celestial packs, so I stuck that in here. We have the full harvest moon in September. This is just kind of like a lighter page. Now this is from the Stamperia page, and it's got My Garden Feeds My Soul. And then over here, it's got Garden Days with one of the pots. And I thought that worked out. Plus the washi, you can see the months there. I think you can see you can see the days on that side. Here's some more of the washi with a quote and the equinox. And this was a freebie I got from somebody. I got 2 pages of it, so I put that on my blank pages. I just kind of inked around the outside and stuck that in there to make it all look like it went together. This is pretty. That's from the Simple Life. And then this is, you know how you can get a 12 by 12? Well, I'll take it and I'll actually fold it in half. And it might not be 6 inches wide. It may be only 5.5 now. So I fold it in half and I'll put a thumb pull in it. And then this one I had a sticker, and then I've got the full Hunter's Moon on here, which is in October. So, okay, and then inside of it, I have this, I don't know what it is. It's like an address, a name, but it had this cool little circle area. But I did some texture paste that I made the cow come out. And then I did just stenciling with the Farm Fresh. And then you can write on it. But I thought that would go good in here. And I punched it all the way through on the thumb pull, so that works for me. I'm trying to figure out which way I had it in here. I think it was this way, because I like the little... Is that in there all the way? I think it is. There we go. Okay, I think that's it. I'll fix it later. Okay, and this is also from over there at the place we eat. It has, welcome to the farm, ain't nobody here but us chickens. This is a piece of deli paper, I guess you would call it. And I thought it went in here well, because some of this turns out to be in the deli, you know. Here is another one of these. Now, these pieces actually came from, like, the top of the calendar, and I just folded them in half. I just glued them and folded them in half, and then I'll put their little description over here. But these are radishes. You can see the little earthworm in there. That's kind of neat. So that goes here, and I've got a an herbal, what do you call those? Of course, I'm not going to remember it right now. Flashcard. I think that's what they call these, flashcards. All right, so that goes in here. And then I have one of the tags from the Simple Life kit. That's in there. And on the front here, I took more of the Jody's burlap on the paper. I have like a scrap that I used to put Family Farm, and a little piece of jeans that I had left over from, you'll see at the back, and a little strip of wood. And then I put that there. Of course, this is a napkin, and I put the rest of the chicken wire here to go with him. And a beautiful butterfly, Frozen Wonder. I think they're talking about the wildflower here. So you got butterflies all over it. I'm not sure if I've seen that one out and about. But we have a new moon here on the 2nd, and there's a tractor. That is part of the Stamperia. That was the calendar, and I had a little bit left over. Of course, this is just a piece of paper. I can't remember if that was a paper bag or if it's like a thing you would cover your surface to protect it. I think that's what it was. And here is the farm use. I told you to see it a little later. I cut it out wrong. It's supposed to be farm and use. Ugh. But anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. So here's some apples. It's an antique apple, York Imperial. And we have the truck over here, which he has pumpkins, but it almost looks like he's got apples. And I've had these for ages, and I never knew what to do with them. It's like 23 cents. And I thought, oh, that's perfect as like a background. So if you've got something you don't know what to do with it, use it as a background and see how it works. Because the reds all went together so well here. Okay, here was just like a thin piece that came out of like packaging, I think. And I did a little stenciling here. And I did the stencil over here with the cow again. And it has Farmer's Market, but it gets cut in half. I have another flashcard here with some kind of dill or something on it. Here is a tag from Pink Monarch. And I have this ribbon, got it at Dollar Tree. And I just decided to fold it in half, and I stapled it twice. And that's all I did. It's got a barn and chickens and a cow and a rake. I thought it was really cute. It kind of went with everything that was here. October 12th, National Farmers Day. I had to put that in here. Now, this is from, I think it's from Kyung's kit. One of her kits. I can't remember which one. Oh, I'm bad now. This is a journaling card here in one of the different pockets that I made one day. Then we have another one of the journal card tags, and then a tag with a weather vane on it. It looks like yeah, that's right side up, isn't it? And then he goes in this pocket. Now, this is some papers that I had that were like textures. And then I've got October 31st, and it's talking about dead men fingers. Over here, it did actually have this in the Farmer's Almanac book about frost and growing seasons. So it tells you what happens then. Now, this, I could not resist putting this in here because of this chicken. He's a little big. He sticks out just a tad. And that's why I had to cut this thumb pull in it, because the tie was coming through. So I just cut a thumb pull and it fixed the problem. Now, this was a little film strip that I made that I just put like one each of the animals and some of the tiny, tiny little decorations from Tim Holtz. And then we have a farm with a weather vane and another one of the flashcards. And they just kind of tuck over here. Now, this used to be washi tape, a washi tape holder. So you'll have to see that. I might have to fix that right there. That's coming off. And then over here, this is another thank you from Hobby Lobby. I love the old abandoned truck and the barn and everything. And I just put a flour sack in here. I just, I needed something to go in the pocket, so I put the flour sack. Here is some more background. Now, this is the one with the cute little cow that Melina likes so much, and that's one of her other houses. And I really like that. It turned out pretty. I believe my friend Andrea B. gave me this. It's a tea bag, and she stamped, and that's some of the dandelion on there. And I thought it'd be perfect against here, and I like how this looks. We also have a side tuck that I made with what was left over of that little calendar from Stamperia. And this little piece came from the kit, The Simple Life. This is a plant to die for, the Hopi red dye. And the Hopi Nation uses that. And I don't know if I've seen that out there. It's a pretty plant. Now, this is the front of the Farmer's Almanac. It almost turned green. I don't understand what happened there. But you couldn't do anything with this page. It's one of those dark pages, and I needed something on there, so that's what I did. Now, this here is a pocket, and then I didn't have enough to go across, so I put another piece here. Now, this is from one of my the paper bag from way up front here. Where did it go? It was that one. So that's the barn from it. And I just stuck it up here. I've got Daylight Savings Time, November. It's got that diploma again with all the animals. And here was 2 tags that was in there. We're almost to the end, I promise. Okay, this was gestation and mating tables. And it talks about all the different animals. A queen cat. What is that? Okay, a doe goat. Oh, that's new to me too. An incubation. This is kind of interesting. I did a little stenciling on the back of it. Now, here is a cow that came from that place that we eat at over in West Virginia. And I made it to where you could tuck it in on all 4 sides, whatever you wanted. That's a little lantern. But I thought that kind of turned out kind of cute. And then we have the other side of the English garden, or German garden, I'm sorry. This was a die cut someone gave me, so I blended it in with the full beaver moon. And then I had this for my celestial pad, and I just made it. Now, this was just ripped, so I made it like a pocket. And it just goes in like that. And then I had this on the back side. Now see, here's the farmer's market. It kind of got, I cut the cow's head off, but oh well. It is what it is. Now these were some stickers I had. There's turkey and the cornucopia, because it's talking about squash. So I thought that worked in well, although it's a little bright. And then here we go. This is a butterfly with another quote. And this is that faux envelope, I think I called it. I think I glued it in a little crooked, or I thought I did. It doesn't look like it from here. So I put this washi on either side. So to try to make it look like it was leaning a little further this way, I think is what I was going for. So you have 2 tags. It's also a pocket back there. You got a pocket here that goes in there. And then you got this one with the fence that could go with a little small pocket. And of course that came from, I think, the paper bag again. I was using that paper bag a lot. But I had cut off the top, so I had those little extra pieces and I was making them work. Here's a gate. And he kind of tucks in here. Now this is an X-shaped barn door belly band, I think is what I was calling them. Now when I did this stamping of the trees, the green, it came through. So that's why I had to go in here and put these in behind this to keep you from seeing it. Now you saw that as a pocket a little further back, but we're going to kind of put it here somehow. You can tuck these things any which way you want to. You got all kinds of possibilities. I did put some little brads up here, but you wouldn't have to. If you don't have them, you don't have to. Over here, this was a piece of paper bag that I did that tree line die cut on. And then I stamped with a stamp that was a tree line. This came from one of the Dollar Tree pieces of the stamp kits that you can get. And this is a actual stamp somebody sent. And I framed it and put it on here. This here is the other side of the deli paper. And I put the pocket from the kit here. Although, does it work? I think I glued it down, to tell you the truth. Yeah, it's not a pocket. So all of these things have to go in here. And I did a little washi on either side to kind of give you some more of the green. And we have this. I love this. This is from Flower Market Blue as well. Pride of the Kitchen soap. Anything with advertising, I'm all over it. Here's the other side of that 12 by 12 that I folded in half. I've got some washi here, a washi stamp, and then some of the ephemera, and then a word. And then this, this with the piggies. Okay, this was the end of this article from the Reader's Digest. Now, Kyung sent this to me. It talks about the state fair and all the animals and the vegetables and stuff like that is here. And I used some washi to put them both together. But I had this one piece that was at the very end and I could not figure out how to get that in there. So I just stuck it as the front of the pocket because it had a little picture of a piggy. So I'll put that back in there later. And then I made a fabric flip, which Gail Augustinelli does all the time, but I'm not known for. But what it is, the little piggy, he's going to market in the truck. Here's the truck. He's at the farmer's market now. And then it gets turned into a charcuterie board. And I have to thank Jody again for this napkin. And I just put it on full force there. I just used the whole thing because I love that pig. So that goes this way, and I've got a chicken on the back. There's the other side of it with the freebie I got with the roses. You don't know what kind of farmer this is. He might grow roses. We have a full cold moon in December, and this was off of the advertisement for the next calendar with little sheep. I needed some sheep. This is on the other side. It's like a little tiny flip. I did some stamping over here and some stenciling. And this is the winter solstice. And then here's the other side of that Webster's Dictionary. It had a little tree and some leaves. And the other end of that farmhouse where she's got some pretty colors popping up. And I think this is a gardening set right here. Then we have a back pocket, and I cut the cow out from the cow crossing sign. And one of her little buttons had the little calf on here, so I thought they went together. And then I have a bench. And you can put more in this pocket, but I thought it worked where you could still see the little cow. And you can also write on the front of this pocket. Now here I had these two buttons that were sheep. So I got a little bit more sheep in here. But this was a pair of jeans with a really ripped pocket. And I just kind of glued it down with fabric tack and just glued it like is. Now here's a pretty bird on this holly bush. And I tucked them into this back pocket. So, there she is in all her glory. Look how big that thing is. Oh, 2 signatures. Okay, so I got a little bit to show you. I have some happy mail. This is from Carolyn. And she has Caroline's Craft Tree online and a YouTube channel. And she is hosting the Happy Mail movement. So that's what this is. She sent me this envelope, which she made out of a calendar, it looks like. And I opened it. Now I can't get the things out of it. Let's see if I can pull them out a little at a time. There we go. And I had something else in here. Is that it? Yep, that's it. So you can see the calendar in there. So she reused the calendar, and I love the animals, because she's got a cat. You know I'm a cat person. There we go. She got some cool cards. So when you look at that card, it's 2 different ones. I guess it's a certain game. It looks sort of Middle Ages to me. And then she sent me some lace and some trim. Pretty trim. I think it's that way. And a slide from one of those die cuts. And look at this. Look how ethereal this looks. I love this. That would be beautiful as like a backdrop on something. Maybe a cover. Gorgeous. And then she made me a card. And I love all the cutouts and everything. All the colors. They all go so well together. Look, she's even kind of wound thread around this card here and then glued it on there. That's unique. I've not seen that either. I think this has some embossing. How pretty. And then she sent me this. That's like I think you color it. And then you, a little hummingbird on a seal type of a thing. Thank you, Carolyn. I love that. All of those different things. Oh, those trims especially. And then we have, let me see if I can get it over here in one piece. And then we have this. This is from Nilda. She has online painting school, and you'll probably see her comment in my boxes below there. But she sent me these. These are Victorian ladies and different scenes. And I'm thinking they might go in my new project I'm getting ready to do. See if I can get that out. Yeah, she has the face of a lady. It's just different. I love the teacups. I think I've got a plan for that one especially. And the fan. Look, aren't they pretty? Hat boxes, a shoe. I love those. And then she gave me 4 different butterfly pins. That I guess that means I need to do another butterfly journal. I think that's a moth, maybe. And another butterfly here. And then we talked about peacock stuff. So she's planning on doing a peacock journal. So she's got these 2 little guys here she sent me. So those will be perfect. Plus these are all peacock stickers. All kinds of different ones. She sent me these thinking I could use them for my farm journal. But they may be 5 and under. Sorry, girl. I think those are 5 and under. And then this is the pretty note she sent me. And look, she sent me some stamps. Look at that. I got the feather. I got an edge. I've got this, the same. This is like a trim. And then there's the peacock in here. Isn't that pretty? She sent me a bunch of napkins. So I have a bunch of this one. And several of this one. And then she's got hummingbirds. That's pretty. And then she sent me the birds. Thank you so much. I love all these. It's so pretty. I've got plans for quite a bit of all of it. Except maybe those. I know you said I wouldn't probably need them. Depending on the age level that my journal was going to be. Okay, so thank you. All the gifts and goodies. And let me show you my newest project. I don't know if you call it a project, though, because I've sort of already got it done. Okay, I wanted to do a paper bag journal, and I didn't quite know how it was going to work out or how I was going to do it, so I basically went ahead and did it. So this is just this is a 12 by 12 that I kind of cut down to fit, but this is 10, almost 11. It's like 10 and a half, almost 11. It is a Subway bag. And we got it while we was over in West Virginia. And I said, that is the perfect cover for my paper bag journal. Well, it turned out I couldn't make the journal all paper bag, though. I did put a little bit of scrap here. I think Tommy sent me this journal. And she sent me vintage as well, which will go in here. And I'm thinking this is going to be a vintage, a grungy vintage kind of a journal. And I don't know that I'm going to sell it. I think I might use it to bring in and put things in it to show you how to put things in your journal. I see people do that, and I keep craving to have one to do that with. So I've got some Braille paper back here, or piano. It might be piano roll. I think that's what that was. So I covered that part with it. It's got 2 signatures. They're on a hidden spine, and this is kind of a unique closure here. I don't know if you've ever seen that done. I'll show you how that works. I have this pretty lady. I did this earlier. This is a wooden button from Walmart and some little trims that I had left over. And there's a real sheer looking thing up underneath it here. I don't know where I got that. I think it was off the edge of something. But I'm going to put her down here. I have a little pink butterfly in here that may go on here as well. I'm still debating on that. I got those at Walmart. I also made this paper clip. It's got a button and all these little excess trims that I had. And I might put that in there as well. I'm still thinking about that. Now this, I believe it's got a little bit of sewing and fashion and stuff that goes into the theme of this. So I thought maybe I could put me a hole right up here in between and go through and have that as a dangle back here. So that's the idea for that. Well, here is my tie. You untie it, and you can actually take it all the way off if you choose. And I think I need to do something like that so it's not permanent. But where you have the Subway bag in here, this is actually made into a pocket. Do I have something I can tuck in there? Hang on, let me grab this. So this is a pre-made pocket where the Subway, this is the bottom of the bag. So it goes down about like that. I put these in here to close the pocket, plus to give me a closure. And then it's got a big opening up here for a really large item to go in. Then I did the back as well. These are some of those backdrops or something they call it from Tim Holtz. And that one had some fashion items in it. Oh, I lost my bird. I had picked out a few die cuts and things to put places. So I think that's where he come from. But I try to use as much of a bags in here as I could. I did stamping already, and I know I got vellum in here. And here was a Burger King bag, and I had to dismantle it. I didn't want it to be too bulky. I've got a sugar bag in here. Here's a bag that I think Tommy sent me with some goodies in it. I've got where they give you the biscuits at Red Lobster, cheddar biscuits. That's in here. Oh, I think I have a sugar bag. But they're mostly to put things on. They're not like a bag, because I actually do have a bag back here that I cut open. Or is it? That's the Burger King bag. And I also put things in here different ways. Like this, I folded long ways and put in here so it was taller. And then I put other ones in here the regular way. Here is a prescription bag. Where's that other bag that I had? That's and I put like this type of vellum from Tim Holtz. I think it's so dark you can't see it. So I tried to put it against something that was lighter and you could see. Here's another prescription bag. And I think this is the one I'm thinking of because I cut the bottom off of it. So at one point I'm either going to sew this shut, and as over time I'm going to either put pocket here to hide the wording or something along those routes. Now this is from Panera. It's a cookie bag. And here's a flour bag. And yeah, you kind of got the drift. There's the other side of now there's a McDonald's cookie bag. I tried to put a lot of bags in it, but I couldn't make it too bulky. I didn't want it to be too bulky because I only had like 3/4 of an inch of a spine. So anyhow, that's my plans for that little guy. So I hope you'll stay tuned, and I'll try to pull it out and maybe put ephemera in it as I'm making ephemera. And I also have a whole bag of ephemera, which is sort of vintage, art deco, or romantic. But we might do a video where I'm figuring out how to put all of that in here. So that might be my next video. So I want to thank you all my subscribers and viewers for coming by. Please give me a thumbs up if you like what you see, and keeps me motivated. And I'll start telling you some of the stories from the trip here in the next couple videos. All right. Thank you so much for coming by. Everybody have a great, great day. Bye-bye.